I have been wanting to make this video for such a long time, and I haven't been able to make it because number one, I haven't had the time, and just not knowing what to say. I did make this video on another channel, however, but that channel recently got deleted because this person cannot leave me. Anywho, obviously you can tell by the video what this is about. If you plan on rushing Greek life, or you are in Greek life, or anything else, I would probably not recommend watching this video because there is going to be a lot of shit talking on. Honestly, I am simply here to state the facts about what I went through, my experience of Greek life. Obviously, you can tell by the video of I got kicked out, and you're probably like, what did you do? I'm going to explain that. I am not giving out personal details of the name of the sorority for obvious reasons, but after graduating high school, I had really missed my cross country team and track team. It's a big number of girls, and I always love having, because why not? It's really fun to get your girlfriends together and just have a girl night out and just do. After I left, I was upset, but also the school I had been going to, I was looking at organizations and stuff that I was interested to join. Off the bat, the college that I got accepted into had Greek life. Someone mentioned, oh, they had sororities, yada yada yada. I didn't really look much into the sororities, but my mom was in one, and she had a good experience about it, and I was like, maybe why not try to rush a sorority, because it sounds good. My dad was also in a frat, and it's just like, let's try to do something that I also wanted to join one because I wanted to make new friends. I had no friends starting out, and I was like, why not? A great way to make new friends. Also, I heard that there were good values from it, and you get a lot out of it, and you're very well. Unfortunately, that was not the. I will get to that in a second, but after finding out about this, I decided to rush a sorority. Let me just tell you, rush was very stressful, but I made it through. I got it accepted into a house. When going for a sorority, I tried to focus more on philanthropy that I had been involved in and the girls. So there was one sorority house that had a philanthropy that I'd really never heard of. The girls were nice, but I didn't really feel like I connected with them. Nothing wrong with that, but I tried to focus on the ones that had philanthropies that I had been involved with, and there were two houses that had two philanthropies. I had loved them both, but I was trying to go on more on the one I'd been involved with. There was one I was way more involved with than the other one. I decided to go with the one I was kind of more involved with, but I also liked it because of other reasons. So later on, I was accepted into that house. Bid day was great. Unfortunately, I ended up being late for bid day, but later on I found out I was accepted. Rush was very nervousing because you literally could be told, oh, you will not be continuing on at any moment. I'm not kidding you. Rush was so stressful, but it was nice. There were also a few girls that I knew in the sorority, so that also did help me a chance of getting in because they. After when I got in, for the first couple of weeks or so, things turned out great, but after that, things just went downhill really. First off, at the beginning of the school year, going to my first fraternity party, okay, let's just say college parties have parties. People get wasted, especially for ones who really didn't party. My first college party. Unfortunately, I made some bad choices. But here's the thing that happened at the end. The fraternity who was hosting the party tried lying about the situation, and that really had. Number one, the night I'd gone to this fraternity party, I did not talk to any of the fraternity members. I was just simply there to go out and party, have fun, and the sorority that I ended up getting accepted into did find out about my situation, and they were actually very helpful, to get me through that. But then more new. I had limitations on me. There were actually later I found out two fraternities that I'd been blackballed from because I didn't make good choices. I also didn't get taught much about partying, but I didn't really start partying until after I. But after being blackballed from one of the fraternities, I had limits put on me, and those limits sucked. I could not drink, I was already underage. I could not have my phone out, and I could not do anything stupid. If I did that, I would be blackballed. And also, the other thing is, I saw a bunch of my sisters go out a lot, and none of them ever invited me to go. So when I see all these girls going out, I'm usually sitting in my dorm room. Nobody ever messaged me and bothered to say, hey, you want to go out? I'm literally not joking you. Nobody ever literally freaking messaged me to say, hey, do you want to hang out? I saw all these other new members getting messaged by the active members saying, hey, you want to hang out? Like, what are you doing this weekend? Nobody literally came up to me to ask what I was doing. I messaged the person who was in charge of the new members saying, look, I would like to do something. All these people are going out. I'm stuck here at the dorm. What am I going to do? So she messaged someone from the house that I could hang out with. Don't get me wrong, I had a good time with this person, but it literally. Not to also mention, let's just say, sororities are very cliquey. And obviously the one I was in, very cliquey. They mostly keep to themselves besides Rush. I am not that type of person who keeps themselves. I have to be in more than one group. Alright, if I am not in more than one group, I can't survive. So I was probably really the only one out of the sorority that I knew of who hung out with other people and who did. Depending what it is, I also did try to encourage some of, the girls who were in the sorority to go to some of the stuff. None of them really. Another thing that had happened is a lot of the girls really didn't like me and my personality. I can be a loud talker, just how I am, and they couldn't stand that. Also, during initiation, I needed help with, getting studying, understanding, my founders, my motto, and then the Greek alphabet. I just needed help. And I asked for accommodations. Honestly, we are all different. Some people just need a little extra help. I asked for accommodations. I was denied them. Apparently, they don't have to offer them to you, but some people just need extra help with studying. I asked, they said they would do it for me, and they never. Also, just sometimes after meetings, I would just come home crying because of how upset I felt. Because, I really did not feel like I could connect with any of these people, and it really just hurt me. I would come home crying. And I did start to express this to some of the members, and I really don't feel like they cared that I can recall. I've been out of the sorority for a. Also, the sororities have very strict rules on women. Very strict rules. Here's one thing I don't agree with. I don't like the fact other women are telling other women what they can and can't do. Okay, number one, how is that even right in any way? We want to you see all the time how women are getting treated bad, and other women should be encouraging other women to be strong. Not in this case. We were also told you had to dress a certain way, you couldn't hang out with certain people. You're not going to tell me who I can and can't hang out with. I can hang out with whoever I. Also, another thing that pissed me off in the sorority, there are some girls who smoke weed in the sorority. That is against our rule. They didn't get kicked out. They never got a talking to. No, apparently I heard a story. They brought it to the house. None of the girls care. But they're so onto us about underage drinking, and they're not onto us about smoking weed. Smoking weed is technically illegal where I live. Doesn't matter how much you have. It's illegal, and they were never onto these people about it, which totally was not. And BTW, the girls who did this are still in the sorority to this day.